All right, everybody, welcome in season 3, episode 5 of the Swishlist Podcast. We have so much to talk about with you guys today. We have to discuss the Pistons, 13 wins in a row, Jalen Duren doing his thing, all of these injuries happening in the NBA. There's some stories about the WNBA and could 8th graders beat the WNBA? LeBron coming back, does he change his numbers? Can the Thunder ever lose a game? The West is running the league. Would you rather forward edition? How good would Iverson be today? We're going to talk about what ring impacts LeBron's legacy most if he wins it. All-time starting five, top 3 signature moves, the most cursed franchises. I'm not going to lie. This might be the most packed episode we have ever put together in the history of the Swishless Podcast. So let's jump right in. First and foremost, the Detroit Pistons. They've got rising star role players. They've got guys coming off of injury that are just adding immediate value. Ivy's coming back in. Jalen Duren is a double-double machine, 20 points, 11 boards every single night. When Cade's out, he's just taking his game to another level. Cade is doing what he needs to do, playing like he could be an MVP this year, putting Detroit on the map. Roman, I found myself watching one of their most recent games, and I thought, when's the last time we saw 2 players at the same time take their game to a level like this and put their team on the map?
To have this quick of a turnaround, I don't know if I can think of a team in recent history, like, especially off the top of my head, like, to go from what they were 2 years ago, losing however many games it was in a row, to being the machine that they've been. I mean, 13 wins in a row to start the season. That's an incredible accolade. That doesn't happen often. Like, shout out to them. And like you said, Jalen Duren, Cade Cunningham goes down with a hip injury, a hip contusion, and it's like, okay, this streak is definitely going to end. But no, he steps up as the number 2 guy and becomes the number 1 guy, and absolutely balls out. I'm seeing him grab a defensive board, dribble the ball up the court, hezzy, between the legs, step back, mid-range shot. Like, when has Jalen Duren ever done that type of move? Like, his offensive game that he's developed, whatever he did over the offseason, which we saw flashes of it last year, they were the 6th seed, but whatever type of confidence that he gained over this last offseason is putting them over the top. And as much credit as we can give to him, just everybody around them as well. Isaiah Stewart is an undersized center, and he is dominant. Like, not Dennis Rodman, but he's giving Dennis Rodman vibes with the way that he is attacking the rebounding on the court with the way I think he had 5 blocks the other night. And they're just manhandling teams. I mean, some of these matchups are not very good teams, but usually those are the games that you end up losing as a team that's won 10 in a row, 11 in a row. Is a bad team comes in and just wants to beat you. But I don't know when this team is going to lose. Like, they're just playing so good. I would assume it ends over the weekend, but they are playing so good. You got Dennis Jenkins, who is having a my career type of season, like, just 2-way contract between the G League and back, and then he's had multiple 20-point performances. He's been so important for them. Like, JB Bickerstaff has said it multiple times, like, just how crucial he's been for their team. Javonte Green has been great. Karis Porter's playing good. Like, they're just clicking on all levels right now. And to have a start like this to a season is so important for making it to the postseason. So shout out to the Pistons.
Look, you got to beat bad teams. You got to string together a lot of wins. It matters when you get to the end of the year. And my favorite thing about Detroit is it really feels like this team is embodying the city of Detroit. Like, they are taking on the grit of the city. They are unapologetic, and they are taking advantage of their opportunity where there's so many injuries in the East. They are not backing down. This is not the type of team you want to play in the postseason, because they will hit you in the mouth. Cade is not afraid of anybody. Jalen is not afraid of anybody. They got a Thompson twin. Like, they have all of the pieces that are coming together. I'm not saying that this is who they're going to become at all. All I'm saying is I'm looking at the last time I saw 2 young players step up and just catapult their team. I mean, you're looking at teams like the Golden State Warriors when their players were doing what they were doing. Steph and Clay, when they were Splash Brothers, that really put Golden State on the map. I'm not saying that that's what Detroit is going to be, but man, it's just so fun when you see 2 guys go to the next level, and you can tell that the vibes are high. Quality coaching, great offensive sets, getting maximum value out of every player at their key position and putting them in the right spots to perform. It's just so fun to watch, man. You got to love it. We touched on some of these NBA injuries. Feels like now we were seeing Achilles injuries late in the postseason. We've got a major problem right now with hamstrings. Aaron Gordon just went down, a few others.
I made a list of all of the injuries. Can I just go through how many names I put down?
Let's go.
Of how many guys are going through week-to-week injuries. We have Aaron Gordon out for 6 to 8 weeks. Christian Brown is out for probably 5 more weeks with an ankle injury. Trae Young has been out for almost a month with his knee injury. Cam Thomas hamstring has been out for almost a month, probably going to come back soon. Dante Exum, season-ending surgery for his knee. Kuminga is day-to-day, but has not played in the last 2 games.
No timeline to return. Yep.
No timeline. He's out indefinitely. Obi Toppin, surgery on the foot at the end of October. He's out indefinitely until further notice. Aaron Nesmith out for 4 weeks with a knee injury. Bradley Beal out for the season with his hip surgery. Derrick Jones Jr., MCL strain out for 6 weeks. Ja, calf strain out for another week, has been out for a week. Giannis, groin injury, out for a week, is out going to be out for another week. Herb Jones, out for a week, calf injury. OG has been out for a week, out for another week with his calf injury. Oh no, he's hamstring. Oubre out for another 10 days because of his knee. Jalen Green out for 2 to 4 more weeks because of his hamstring injury. Sabonis has been diagnosed with a partially torn meniscus. Like, I know injuries aren't new, but there is too many high-level players in our league dealing with injuries right now. It is a major issue. And to get back to your point, but I just wanted to point out like all of the hamstring, knee, and calf injuries that are going on.
The funniest of all the injuries is Bradley Beal as an old player getting surgery on his hip. That's just a classic old man type of surgery. I don't know, man. Like, to me, it almost feels like these organizations are overcorrecting by trying to reduce the amount of workouts that these guys are doing, the amount of practice that's going in, how often they can work out. Like, I think about when KD was interviewing Cade, and they were talking about like, hey, talk me through your workouts. And they both were like, well, I was just told by my organization, I can't work out as much and I need to reduce my warm-ups. And it's like, it feels like these organizations and obviously they have huge medical staff. They have everything that you could possibly ask for. And almost feels like they're doing too much trying to get in front of it. And maybe that's the direct cause of the injuries. I don't know what the cause is. All I know is if you are the teams that are surviving right now, and the teams that are thriving right now are these young teams. You didn't even mention you didn't even mention Victor Wembanyama and his injuries that have happened this year. But the teams that are surviving a lot of this are young teams, really, really young teams, or you just have high-end talent, right? You're looking at like the Lakers, they made it through LeBron's injury, really no issues. Denver, they've got no problem because they have Jokic, who is just unbelievable. And then your leaders in both conferences, young teams. Detroit, incredibly young. Easy for them to work through a contusion, right? A contusion for Cade, where he only misses a couple of days, for an older player, that's a week and a half, right? That's Paul George. Maybe it's a month. Maybe it's 6 podcast episodes. We don't know. You look at Oklahoma City, they're so young. They have so many players. They have depth in the roster. They can accommodate for some of these injuries. And I think with the second apron, where we're at in today's league is you have to create more depth in the regular season than you ever did before. In the postseason, you shrink the lineups. We know this, but the regular season requires depth and quality role players. I think that's the only way you work through it.
It almost seems like these physicians, these doctors for the teams are almost doing too much for their players. KG talked about this on one of his podcasts. I can't remember exactly when it was, but he talked about, oh yeah, after every drill, we do 200 calf raises, stuff like that. Players are being limited for their potential. And it's like, isn't the league supposed to be these guys who just go out and play the best basketball? Like, too many training sessions and too many non-practice, moves, too many non-practice walkthroughs, these type of things. You got to play basketball. If you're going to avoid injury, you have to be able to build up a tolerance to what you're doing. And, if you're a type of player who's, I do my walkthrough, I go about 80%. The only time I ever go 100% is in the game. Of course you're going to get injured. Like,
yeah, you got to play games.
You have to play. You can't. It's exactly, this is where I lean to the old heads. Like, I will 100% agree with them. Guys play way less now than they did before. And it eats up the league. And it's like the solution's right there. Guys just need to have a little bit more grit and fight through some stuff sometimes.
Well, I will say this. The league this year, from the numbers have been incredible coming out. The season has actually done extremely well. I think NBC's been a major contributing factor for that. Their broadcast has been fantastic. I've been a huge fan of the product that they're putting out. And so I don't think you're going to see a big change or a big push for change coming from the NBA offices because they're getting everything that they want, right? They're getting the numbers that they want. That's where things get so challenging. Okay, switching gears, I want to talk about LeBron James. LeBron James is back. He is happy. He is healthy. He is getting his lungs back, averaging somewhere in the ballpark of 14, 5, and 10 right now. He has become the facilitator. He's become a late-stage Magic Johnson where he is just moving the ball. He is letting Luka do his thing, running the offense and scoring the basketball. My question to you is this the LeBron James that we can expect throughout the year? Scoring in the teens, high assists, or do you believe that we get another 20-point scoring season out of LeBron as he continues to play in some of these games?
Main thing is just getting his feet under him. Of course, it's going to be like riding a bike. It's LeBron James. It's going to happen quick. But I think we do see an obvious huge decline in his points per game. We're going to see it. Austin Reeves has taken a major role. He's averaging 27.5 points per game.
Yep.
Major step up. And his confidence is at an all-time high. And even while playing with LeBron, the points per game has not changed that much for Austin Reeves. It hasn't changed for Luka. Will not change for Luka. So the GM has done the perfect job. He has two players who are going to average the necessary points, and LeBron can be in the high teens, maybe even get to 20 points per game. But I would say if anything changes, we just see a few more points per game. The rebounds and assists are probably going to stay anywhere from that 7 to 10 range because he's not going to be scoring as much, which means LeBron can also take a little bit more of a defensive role as well. I mean, make no mistake, he is old, but this is still LeBron James. We saw what he can still do. We saw it last season. So I think we're going to see the numbers drop off. But LeBron James is still going to be just as impactful as we've ever seen before. But I think it's just going to be so interesting to see the drop-off that we're going to see because LeBron has to play all but 4 games to be able to make All-NBA and make it 21 seasons in a row in All-NBA, which is not going to happen. He's just too old. And the 25-point per game streak ended just barely last season. He was at 24. And we're going to see a huge drop-off this year, not just in stats, but in his role. Hey, this is Luka's team. Austin Reeves is going to be the number 2 option. And I'm interested to see how it's going to play out this year for LeBron, but like I said, I think the impact is going to be the exact same, but the statistics are going to drop. So I'm excited from somebody who grew up watching LeBron to see what role he really takes by, game 40, what it looks like for LeBron. So just exciting to see what new LeBron looks like because he said it, he fits with any team.
This is exactly what LeBron wants. This is exactly what he wants. LeBron doesn't want to have to be a 30-point a night scorer. It's too much wear and tear. Whoever you think LeBron James is, that is not going to change based on anything that happens over an 82-game stint, especially if this is not his final season. He is the greatest player to play at this age without question. No one even comes close to it. And so, yeah, I think that he can take the scoring up a little bit more. I could see him hovering between 17 and 19 points a game for sure. But I think you're going to get facilitated LeBron, which we've seen with the Lakers. He's led the league in assists. You're going to see him overtake Chris Paul in Chris Paul's last season as the number 2 player in assists all time. That's going to happen this year. That's going to happen.
We don't give him enough credit for.
No, they don't. That's going to happen real time. We're going to see it real time. The only thing I think LeBron wants right now is for the Lakers just to make more 3-pointers, right? Their 3-point shooting has been pretty low. You hope that averages out. But the biggest holes that the Lakers have is just finding more efficient 3-point shooting and rounding out their front court slightly a little bit more than it is currently. But listen, the Lakers are not a team that you want to play either. And last year when they made the Luka trade, I think real basketball fans knew it's a year or two too early. They weren't actually going to be competitive and be able to push for a title. But now they get a full season. They've got a full off season. Luka's showing that he can just run this team, that allowing LeBron to coast a little bit more, to pick his spots more so than he has over the last 3 seasons. So they get to the postseason. That's when I think you'll see LeBron assert himself as the number 2 option, is the postseason. That's where I think he'll give it everything he has because he knows that this is his last major run at a title on the Lakers, and he's going to give it everything he has. So I think LeBron's super happy. I love getting to see him play. It was awesome to get him to see him even play here in Utah. That's not something he does very often. So excited to see where LeBron goes the rest of this year. Now, speaking of the NBA landscape right now, right? The West has once again positioned themselves where I look at the standings and I go, how are there this many teams that only have this many losses? How are there this many teams winning this many games all in the same conference? Are they just playing the East every single night? It is wild how dominant the West has continued to be. And then you turn over to the East and it's competitive. It is competitive from
the West last year.
From 2 through 9. It is it's a conversation. You're talking 2 through 11. A lot can happen in the East. How do you feel about where the league's at now that we're coming up on the close in November? What stands out to you when you're looking at the conferences?
It's so interesting because the dynamic just switched. The West still runs the league, of course, but last year it was, man, I don't know who's going to be our 3 through 10 seed. I just don't know. But that's the East this year. Like the West obviously runs it, but in the East it's, man, the Raptors are the 2 seed right now. I don't know. The Heat are the 3 seed right now. I don't know what is going on in the East. The Bucks, Giannis is the 11 seed. Like the Celtics are performing better than Giannis, and the Bucks are performing right now. The East has gained my interest because you have the Hawks, who are a good team. I have Orlando, who's a good team. There's this interesting mix from your one spot. The Pistons are the 1 seed right now. The East is I think it's going to be more interesting than the West this year. The West is going to have a break off between your 1 through 7 seed. I think 1 through 7 is going to pop out, and then you're going to have your stagglers down there. It's going to be top heavy. The West will always be. But
okay, but when you look at the West, if I told you, hey, the top 4 teams in the West are going to be the Thunder, the Nuggets, the Lakers, and the Rockets in that order, you'd be like, yeah, that makes sense.
Mhm.
Hey, the next 4 are going to be the Spurs, the Suns, the Timberwolves, and the Warriors. You'd go, I'm shocked that the Suns are there, but everybody else feels like it kind of makes sense. Like the
I thought the
West,
Warriors were going to be higher, but
I
I know
did.
you'd like the Timberwolves to be higher.
But I did. I want the Timberwolves to be higher. The Warriors are exactly where I thought they would be. They are playing the exact type of basketball that I figured they would. But when I look at the West, it's just like, okay, nothing really surprises me. Pelicans at the bottom, Kings at the bottom, Clippers at the bottom, Jazz are not good. The Mavericks, that's a shock. But not a lot of health. Not really a shock with their best players. But yeah, like if I look at the West, I'm like, yeah, this kind of fits. Kind of about what I'd expect. I look at the East, and the East, I mean, when we started the season, the Bulls were up at the top, and now the Bulls are the 9 seed, and you had the Bucks that were up at the top, and they're the 11 today, and then the Heat were at the bottom, and now they've moved up. The Raptors, they're playing a lot of bad teams, everybody, but they're the 2 seed right now, and these wins matter. These small wins that nobody wants to talk about today, they matter when you come up on the end of the season, and so I agree with you. This is the space to watch. This is what you want to pay attention
You have
to.
the Raptors destroying the Cavaliers.
The Heat have been winning. They just get Tyler Hero back. Like,
Like Bam and Tyler haven't even been playing. And
nope.
Norman Powell is playing like an all-star. Khalil Ware is playing incredible. Like the Heat has so many good players. You can go down the list of so many guys left teams and came to teams from the West to the East. The East is going to be so fun to watch, especially as we get closer to the middle of the season and you look at the standings and you're like, why are the Pistons and the Raptors and the Heat in the conversation for possibly winning the East this year? And again, strength of schedule is super important for teams, like you said, but that's what builds confidence for a team too. BI is going up against Cleveland, who Cleveland was the 1 seed last year. He's going up against Donovan Mitchell, 15 in the third quarter. Let me have 37 against Evan Mobley. Let me just have an incredible game because we're the 2 seed. Like confidence is such a huge thing, and I don't think it's going to go anywhere. Obviously, there's going to be a few teams that drop down in the standings, but I am excited for what the East is going to bring this year.
Is there a world where the Thunder can anyone do anything to this team?
I saw the stat talking about how many fourth quarters Steph Curry sat out in his incredible season when the Warriors were 73-9. Shea is already almost at that amount of games through 18 games. Like, they don't even have J-Dub playing. This team is incredibly scary. They figured it out. It's
Sam Presti is
the greatest GM that we've ever seen in NBA history.
Okay. Stop it. Stop.
Okay, with the trajectory that this team is on, Moses, they're on pace to win 77 games. 77 games.
They're looking like they could three-peat. Austin Rivers has projected that the Oklahoma City Thunder are going to three-peat, and it's just like you have to look at it and you're like, well, I don't know. I looked at the NBA schedule. I look at when they play Denver. They don't play Denver until February. They don't actually end up playing some of these top teams for a while.
They're too good. Moses, the depth is what matters right now. It matters so much. And I look at the top 2 teams, the Pistons, so much depth. They have guys that a lot of people have never heard of coming off their bench that are putting up 10 points per game. Like Karis LeVert is there. People forget that. Like Javonte Green is starting games for them. Sasser is still there. Like they have so much depth. And then going back to OKC, if Shea's not playing, Cason Wallace will randomly give you 25. If Cason Wallace isn't doing it, Aaron Wiggins is randomly going to give you 25. The other Jalen Williams, who's their backup center, can randomly give you a triple-double. Like, the depth of OKC is unbelievable. If Shea's not playing, Chet's going to give you 30 and 15.
Yeah.
J-Dub hasn't even come back from his wrist surgery. Like,
Yeah.
This team, it's too good. It's too good.
The schedule starts to tip. The difficulty increases on the schedule next year. It really doesn't start to get challenging until you get into late January, February for the Thunder. And so they are going to have a top 4 start all time in the history of basketball. That is going to happen. You're going to get to Christmas, and these guys maybe will lose a total like 3
They
games.
might be 30 and 3.
They might be 30 and 3 by the end of December. Genuinely, like just looking at their season, looking at the teams that they play. They don't play the Pistons till next year. They don't play Denver until next year. They don't play the Rockets until next year. Like, they don't play most of these good teams until 2026. So yeah, it's gonna keep on going like this.
Quick shout out, OKC. We see you, we notice you, and appreciate the greatness that is in front of our eyes starting this season.
I mean, could you imagine, like, hey, we don't need you. Go ahead and take a seat for the 4th. We're all right. Just a wild thing to have happen.
You can be a team who's won 11 games through 17 games, 11 and 6. You're feeling good, and you go up against OKC, and it's over by the end of the third quarter.
Well, and the worst too is how quickly they can flip a game, where you're up 10, you're up 12, and then all of a sudden you're down 20.
Yes, they did it. I mean, they did it versus, I think it was the Jazz. It's like, we're down by 12 to start the second quarter.
And then they put up 144 points. They pummeled them by 32.
By halftime, they're up 10, and then by the end of the third quarter, it's a 15-point game. It's just, they just need one quarter to turn on, and it's over. It's perfect. It's too perfect.
Let's move a little bit into the back half of the pod. Less current NBA. Let's have a little bit of fun. Roman, you've got a Would You Rather forward edition. Got a lot of heat for that Russell Westbrook segment, so we'll see what we can do on this one. What you got for me?
Would You Rather forward edition. First matchup, we've got Carmelo Anthony versus Jimmy Butler.
Carmelo Anthony. I know he didn't go to the finals. I know he didn't take his team to the finals, but I don't know how I would take Jimmy over Carmelo. I don't.
Okay. We're keeping Jimmy. Moving on, we've got Jimmy Butler versus Paul Pierce.
Paul Pierce. Yeah, Paul Pierce. The truth.
Give
me the truth. I mean, this guy was, I know he catches a lot of heat for some of his takes now, but the truth was the real deal, man. He knew how to score the ball, stayed in Boston, brought people to him, won a title. Great player. Give me Paul Pierce.
Okay, moving on, we've got Paul Pierce versus Dominique Wilkins.
I'm going to stick with Paul Pierce.
Okay. Moving on, we've got Paul Pierce versus Scottie Pippen.
Oh, as a number 1 option?
Yeah.
As a number 1 option.
We can go prime again. Take them in their prime.
This is just so hard because Paul had to actually carry the franchise.
We never get to see prime Scottie Pippen take.
We never see prime Scottie carry the franchise for an extended period of time. Oh my gosh.
It's really a defense versus offense pick.
Holy cow. I gotta respect the history. Give me Scottie Pippen.
Okay. Next matchup, Scottie Pippen or Kawhi Leonard?
Kawhi Leonard. Yeah, Kawhi. Both sides of the ball, lockdown defender, elite offense, title, like won titles, the Bizarro to LeBron James. I think I go Kawhi Leonard here.
Okay. Kawhi Leonard or Giannis?
Okay. Oh my gosh.
Was it a positive question?
Oh my gosh.
If you look at accolades,
the Kawhi Toronto run is legendary.
It's one of the great
Giannis Milwaukee run, post-COVID, no fans.
Giannis is coming off of MVP, Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah. The 50 ball in the finals when he against the Suns.
They came back down from 2-0 and won 4 straight.
Oh my gosh.
But Kawhi, Defensive Player of the Year, carried that. It's in Toronto for 1 year. I don't think there's a wrong pick. People are going to obviously on it, but
I'm going to go. I have to look at this as a case-by-case basis. I think I have to take Giannis, availability, peak numbers, the championship run. the 50 ball in the finals, MVPs, defensive, like his defensive, like Kawhi. I think I have to go Giannis. I think I have to go Giannis.
Okay. And the final matchup, Giannis versus KD.
Kevin Durant. Yeah. Yeah, KD.
Okay. Now, Sam, I like it, Bo. I can't wait for that cliff.
I mean, that is a brutal, that is a gauntlet. Oh my gosh.
That's a hard one.
That is so tough. I tell you, like the Scotty Paul Pierce,
It's an interesting
because
one.
Paul really did like carry that franchise, and Boston was bad. Like there was a time when Boston was no good.
This is the thing that people don't give Paul Pierce enough credit for. Like, KG was a scorer when he was on the Timberwolves.
Mhm.
He scored still when he was on the Celtics, but who led them? You have to have a leading scorer. You have to have a guy who's going to get you a 30 ball a game to win a championship.
It was Paul, and Paul was
Man,
clutch.
it's Paul Pierce going head to head with Kobe Bryant in 08. Like,
Listen, it's not only that. It's not only
win
that.
that championship. Yeah.
It's not only that. You bring up such a good point. Ray Allen was a quality offensive player. Ray Allen was a legitimate shooting guard in this league. He goes to Boston and is a three-point specialist, the greatest three-point specialist I feel like that we've seen. But like he, like Paul was like, I am the guy, and he went toe to toe with Kobe. Was not afraid at all.
And got one.
Got one.
Rondo's not a scorer, like you said.
Mhm.
Ray Allen became a 3-point special. I mean, his first few years there, Ray Allen was still putting up 20 a game and taking the clutch shots. Let's make no mistake. But like you're saying, Supersonics and Bucks, Ray Allen,
Oh yeah.
one of the best in the league, like the top level scorer. And KG was not the leading scorer. That was Paul Pierce bringing the ball down, walking up. Like,
And KG was an
really good
MVP.
yes, he was an MVP 5 years before this.
Mhm.
And Paul Pierce don't get enough credit, but it's like, you know, the old heads are going to hate on you for that take.
But it's
It's
Scotty.
Scottie
It's Scotty
Pippen.
and 6 rings. It's
Yeah.
Scotty's 6 rings. That's what's so hard. And Scotty is, I mean, all-time two-way player. What?
Yeah.
He just, and you look at the year Jordan's gone, they don't fall off in the regular season. They don't have a fall off. So I had to lean on that. But
I gave you tough matchups. There wasn't I don't think there's a wrong or right answer, but so for this next one, how good would Allen Iverson be in today's NBA? We got 5 levels.
all right,
The first level, Jamal Murray.
Allen Iverson. Yeah, no question. Jamal's a great player. He's awesome. But yeah, it's AI.
Okay, level 2, Devin Booker.
Allen Iverson. Yeah, I love that D Book went to the finals, had his run. He's been loyal to the city in Phoenix, but man, he's never put the fear in the heart the way AI did. No chance. It's AI.
Level 3, Jalen Brunson.
Allen Iverson. Yeah, 100%. I mean, we're talking about AI. Compare. I don't know if I would say comparable play style, but comparable value for their size to their team. Sure, but AI.
Level 4, Donovan Mitchell.
Allen Iverson. That's an easy one. AI clears.
Okay. Level 5, Stephen Curry.
Yeah, that's Steph. Steph clears without question. The finals runs, he's the greatest shooter of all time. You have to start defending this man before he crosses half court. I mean, Steph, he's either number 1 or number 2 all time at the point guard position. You have to go Steph Curry. And if you want to call both of those guys shooting guards because of the way that they orchestrate their offense, you still go Steph Curry. So yeah, it's Steph.
Okay.
Question for you. We talk a lot about rings, ring culture. It's a big thing. I feel like we don't talk enough about what would happen if a player did win a ring. I want to ask you this. What player's legacy changes the most if they win a ring?
Ooh. They win a ring.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think immediately of the players that have 0 rings. If you have
Okay.
0 rings, you can't be one of the greatest of all time. It knocks you down. It knocks you down. So the immediate players that I think of is a Russell Westbrook, is a James Harden. Those are my 2. Russ was an MVP. James Harden was an MVP. Both of them have had some of the most incredible individual seasons that we've ever seen before.
Mm-hmm.
If I had to pick one, I'm not even thinking about Chris Paul. I'm not thinking about AI. Carmelo doesn't have one.
Listen, if AI picks that ring off of the Lakers, that's a big deal, man.
I'm not even thinking about the implications either.
That's
because
a big deal.
Because that's immediately the Lakers don't work out. Like Shaq and Kobe doesn't work. early on. And it's like, does that break them up immediately? Okay, what year am I saying that maybe Russ gets one? Because if Russ gets one, it would have been Russ getting one with Kevin Durant in 2016, which isn't his ring. But James Harden's.
It absolutely would have been his ring.
James
What are you
Harden's.
talking about?
I mean, it is his, but it's Kevin Durant's.
But yeah, if Harden goes and wins that ring when
But if
he was
Harden wins it in
pushing Golden
2018?
State,
If Chris Paul,
good one.
because Chris Paul gets one too, then
If Chris Paul gets that ring too, yeah.
if 2018, if they don't miss, how many was it in a row? 27 in a row, 27 threes in a row, and Chris Paul doesn't hurt his hamstring, and Chris Paul and James Harden both have a ring, I think that ring matters a lot. Chris Paul getting a ring, because Chris Paul doesn't get a lot of credit. People talk about how good prime Chris Paul is. Like, one stat that I saw recently was win shares. And win shares shows up a lot for centers. It's Nikola Jokic, it's Wilt Chamberlain, it's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I think LeBron is thrown in there. And then randomly, it's Chris Paul at like seventh on the list. It's such an interesting thing. And he doesn't get credit because he just has not been able to move far in the playoffs. So I think 2018 Rockets winning a ring sets a lot of implication on the league. So I think a player like Chris Paul getting one ring, if we're talking about a player who has 0 rings, if we're moving into guys who get bumped up all time, I give it to Kevin Durant.
Okay, so we're talking what player's legacy changes the most if they win one more ring?
Yes.
Okay.
And for me, I think a lot of discredit for Kevin Durant, a lot of slack comes on the fact that the snake, he left for the team that beat him, and he joined the best team with the best record of all time. It's like, of course they were going to win a few rings. I don't like those 2 rings that Kevin Durant got. I still need him to prove to me that he's going to get a ring on his, like, not on his own. Like, he gets those 2 finals MVP, and it just sort of discredits the greatness of Stephen Curry.
But he's still putting up 35 a night.
100%. But Moses, he joined a 73-9 team. I'm discrediting those MVPs. Like, those finals MVPs. This is why I don't put Kevin Durant on my all-time starting 5 lineup, because it's just like his career gets tarnished because he joined a team that lost 9 games in a season. Are you kidding me? You don't do that. So it's like, if Kevin Durant can get a ring with like the Rockets, or if he just wins in 2016, like,
Man,
the implications there for Kevin Durant.
He's what, 1 shoe size away from putting down the Bucks.
Yes, they go and win a championship that year.
They do.
That's one of the best second round playoffs the playoff series that we have ever seen. If they can win that, they go play the Hawks, and then they go play the Suns, and you give a chance for possibly Kyrie's probably out for the entire playoffs, but you give a chance for James Harden to heal up his hamstring, and they probably win. But I mean, there's so many probablys, there's so many maybes, but I think Kevin Durant winning 1 more means a lot.
If I'm looking at guys that won a title, have a chance to win an additional title, and I'm going to pick a player.
Because if Kobe gets another, he's got the same as Jordan. If Bron gets another, he's in the same ring as Magic and Kobe.
Okay, well, let's talk about that. Okay, so here's my question. What ring? So you look at LeBron's finals losses, right?
We have 07 versus Spurs where he gets swept. We have 2011.
The meltdown.
It's the first meltdown. The coughing. It's there's no reason that this team should lose. 2014 to the Spurs.
Yep.
2015 to the Warriors. 2017.
And then 2018.
Okay.
Yeah. So what ring has the most impact if LeBron wins any one of those finals? Because if he picks off Tim Duncan early, he may never leave Cleveland. But
it's true.
But like, for me, if I'm picking one of those, I have to go 2011. He 3-peats as soon as he gets to Miami. He doesn't lose to Dirk. No meltdown. If he wins that, oh my gosh, I think the conversations around him are totally different.
It's the biggest thing that I can look at LeBron's career and say, like, this is why he's not the GOAT. His performance in 2011. If that finals changes and he doesn't have 7 points in the NBA finals and doesn't become a second option to Dwayne Wade after being MVP and switching teams, like you said, 3-peat. Who knows what those implications are for them heading into 2014? Can anybody even beat this team after 3-peating? Like, I like you said, in 2007, he may never leave. If they win in 2014, that's a three-peat there. He doesn't leave and go back to Cleveland probably.
He beat
But
him back to back. That's a big deal too.
if they win in 2015, do the Warriors immediately break it up and try and get some pieces for Stephen
He wins
Curry?
back to back. He wins back to back because he does 2015, 2016. They may not even try to get Durant. They may not even try. They may just blow it up.
Well, at that point, Steph Curry has just come off an MVP in 2015. We need to build better for him. So we could probably move off of Clay. Do you possibly move off of a Draymond? Like there's so many implications.
Okay, what are you picking?
I have to take 2011. It's the thing that tarnishes LeBron's career the most because you can excuse 2007. It's year 4 for LeBron.
Sure.
Year 4, year 5. You can excuse that one because he's a young guy. Like you have to allow him to grow into the NBA. Let him have his prime. But 2011 is, okay, I've been doing this for 7 or 8 years. I just moved teams. I need to show that it was because I was on a bad team. And him immediately losing. But it's what changed LeBron too. 2011 is what changed LeBron to become the better player in 2012 and have his incredibly historic seasons for 2012 and 2013.
He has those seasons regardless. LeBron was incredible. It wasn't like he was just going to all of a sudden not be as good because he wins a title in 2011.
But LeBron credits his greatness. What switched him to be able to win championships was the 2011 year. He needed that loss. He needed that because the world was thrown at him. Everybody hated that man before. Imagine losing how much they hated. But I still have to go 2011. If he wins that and everything stays the same, LeBron has 5. He doesn't have a bad finals. And the accolades are all there. He only has 1 less than Jordan, and all 5 of his rings are finals MVPs.
He also evens out his finals record. It goes to 5-5, which is completely different as well. I thought you would go 2018, to be quite honest with you. I thought that was going to be your pick where he just carries everyone and then wins the finals.
If you're taking a social media pick, the season that gets talked about the most, the season that gets talked about is the greatest individual playoff performance that we've ever seen. I can hear Van Gundy saying it now. Nobody will ever have shouldered more than LeBron James has to get this team to the finals. Like the 2018 run is absolutely disgusting. This man has Jeff Green to help him as a counterpart to get to the finals, and it's like, of course they were going to get swept. Do you know what's on that other side? Like, it's the most incredible team you've ever seen. But if Bron wins that, putting up the stats that he did,
could you imagine?
I mean, the Celtics series that he had to deal with, it almost gets discredited because they lost. LeBron loses in the next round. He loses in the finals. He beats a team that was 73-9 and put Stephen Curry on. And put Kevin Durant on the lineup. No, I don't even know because that's the greatest. It's the greatest run ever. It has to be. It's so hard. It's an impossible question. It's one of those two. I didn't even think about that. Oh, I don't know.
It's a fun one. Listen, if you're listening right now, we want to know. Leave a comment. Send us a DM. We're on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok. We're all your favorite platforms. I want to know what ring has the most impact on LeBron's legacy if he wins one of those finals instead of a loss. Kind of fun. I want to switch gears a little bit, move into another topic for you. We need to rank the top 3 signature moves in NBA history. Now, this is a great list, right? You've got the sky hook, you've got Dirk's fadeaway, you have the AI crossover, you have the MJ turnaround fadeaway. There's the LeBron tomahawk jam. I mean, there are so many moves that have to be in this conversation, but we need to pick the top 3 signature moves in NBA history.
Okay, well, implications on the league for a top 3. I think I know what my top 2 would be.
Okay.
Iverson crossover and the skyhook. I don't think anything is higher than those 2. But then once you get to the third, like this is where you can go a LeBron tomahawk, a Jordan turnaround, the Kobe fade, a dream shake. The third spot is where it gets tough. I think I'm going to give it to a Kobe fadeaway.
You can't. No. You have to go MJ fadeaway. You have to go MJ fadeaway.
When people shoot something into a trash can, what do they say?
Jimmer.
No, they say Kobe.
I'm going to give you a list of all-time shots for this third spot, okay? You need to hear me out on this list, okay? We've got the MJ fadeaway. We have the Dirk one-legged fadeaway. We have the Steph Curry three-pointer. You have Kobe's turnaround fadeaway. You have the drop step from Shaquille O'Neal. You have Kevin Durant's pull-up jumper, the pull-up at the three. You have the chase down block from LeBron James. You have the bank shot from Tim Duncan, the Euro step from Ginobili, the step back three from Harden. You've got the no look pass for Magic. I've got the Derrick Rose back scratcher.
I want to go higher.
The Chris Paul snake dribble, maybe his mid range. Man, there's a lot. There's a lot in here.
The only one that I would possibly switch is LeBron chase down.
Okay, I'll give you my top three. I'm going skyhook, chase down block, MJ fadeaway. I think those are the three most iconic, transcendent, all time. Those are my three.
I think of Kobe's more, probably just because it's my generation. But also, when people throw something anywhere, you say Kobe. When you throw something into a basket, when you throw something in the trash, you say Kobe. Everybody says Kobe, and that's never going to change. That is never going to change. The Iverson crossover.
The Iverson crossover is a great choice.
The implications that had on the league. Like, who's doing a hezzy cross before then? Before that, it was the Hardaway tight dribble cross. But like, Iverson's it's the hezzy cross. That's such a big thing. And then Kareem's skyhook, it's unguardable. You don't guard that. The
skyhook has to be there. Yeah, the skyhook has to be there.
Listen, don't do that in the league today. I think my top three is great. I think it's the best.
We need to know your top three. What would you take? Top three signature moves of all time. Let us know. I want to stay in the all-time argument. All-time starting fives. I have the greatest all-time starting five that can be any team you put together without question. I'll give you the list. You go Steph Curry at the one. I have the greatest three-point shooter of all time. Michael Jordan at the two, the GOAT. LeBron James at the three, who's going to run the point for me, chase down, the Swiss Army knife of the team, can do everything. Give me Kevin Durant at the four for the greatest floor spacing possible out of my power forward position. A 7-footer can shoot the three. Now the lane's wide open for Jordan and LeBron, and I'm closing it out with Shaq at the five. It is without question an unstoppable starting five. There is no five that can be put together that beats that five. It doesn't exist.
Okay, if I have to choose five guys to counter you, we'll go Magic at the one. The greatest passing point guard of all time. Yeah, I don't need him to shoot. I just need him to facilitate. He's going to move the ball around. He's going to get his few points. He can guard 1 through 5. He's 6'9". At the two spot, Kobe Bryant. I'm going to put Kobe there. He's a great defender. It's the Mamba mentality. He's going to be the counterpart to Michael Jordan. At the three spot, because I have to counter LeBron now. Okay, but I don't have Jordan. I was gonna say Scottie Pippen. I think to counter it, I'm gonna go Scottie because I have Kobe. So I'm gonna put Scottie because Scottie knows how to be, a second option to a Michael Jordan-like player, which is going to be my Kobe. And then at the four, give me Tim Duncan. He's going to defend well. He doesn't need to score the ball, but if you give it to him in the post, he's going to make something happen. It's going to happen, but he doesn't need to rely on the ball to have his greatness. And then at the five spot, give me Hakeem. I've got an all-time defender. I've got the footwork. Prime Shaq versus Prime Hakeem would probably be one of the greatest matchups that we've ever seen. Dominance, but in different ways. And I think my counters work for you, Mo. Like, obviously you have the individual matchup of offense, but I think my team stands a great chance against them.
It's a quality five. I'll give you that. But I don't think you can contend with the three-point shooting that we have, the level of floor spacing that we have. I mean, it's undeniable. I'm not even going to lie to you. You can do your best, but
Steph Curry's going to be a liability.
Excuse me?
He will be. Everybody on the court is an all-time defender.
You think Tim Duncan's going to defend at the three-point line?
He won't need to.
Somebody's got to stop Kevin Durant.
Well, yes. Prime Tim Duncan, yes, he will.
No.
Yes. Oh, yes, he will.
No.
Yeah.
No, they're going to have him shuffling his feet. They're going to clip that.
Stop it. This is Prime Tim. Don't disrespect Prime Tim.
This is Prime Kevin bleeping Durant.
Okay. I can counter that with a Tim Duncan. Do you know how good he is defensively?
No. Yeah, it's great.
It's not even like I have to stop him. It's not even like I have to stop him. We just need to contain. We can make matchups work.
No, I think I win this. I think I win this
I
respectfully.
think the counters are there.
No, I think I clear. No, I clear. I clear.
You
I clear.
clear.
You know it. You know I do.
There's
You
not
know
a
it.
there's not a mismatch besides Stephen Curry.
What's
There's no
crazy is the
mismatch.
fact that you didn't even take Larry Bird. You could have had Magic and Bird. You left Bird off, went Scotty. Is
But who-
crazy.
Because I need my scoring. I have Kobe. I need a counterpart, and I think the best counterpart in NBA history is Scottie Pippen.
Mhm.
And you have Jordan.
Bron's giving him fits.
Stop it.
Fits.
Bron's giving Scottie Pippen fits.
Absolutely.
No.
What?
It's Scottie Pippen. Stop it.
It's prime LeBron James.
It's prime Scottie Pippen.
Okay.
The best perimeter defender in the NBA.
Sometimes I can't with you, man.
Are you serious?
Are you?
Yes.
You
this
think
is 5 on
Scotty's
5 basketball?
You think Scotty's locking up LeBron James?
I didn't say locking up. I didn't say locking up, but it's Scottie Pippen. This was his job, was to stop superstars.
He wasn't playing against guys like LeBron James. He's never seen a LeBron James in his life.
Oh, but these are greats, Moses. The difference is this is greats. This is what greats do.
Yeah, and you're talking. I have the two.
Clyde Drexler.
I have the two greatest. I have the greatest. Whether you put LeBron at 1 or 2, you put Mike at 1 or 2, I have both of them. Both.
Exactly.
B-O-O-M.
And I'm countering them. And I think I have the guys. I think I do. I think that's a great matchup. If it goes to a 7-game series, I like my chances.
All right. I'm curious. It feels like we got the same teams at the bottom. You see the Pelicans. You see Charlotte's not playing well. The Pacers are down there. I had the thought, Roman, what's the most cursed NBA franchise? I'll tell you mine. The team that stands out to me is the Sacramento Kings. It feels like anytime they show any signs of life, they trade their players want out. The one time they're really going on an all-time run, they run into the Shaq and Kobe Lakers and a cheating referee in Tim Donaghy. Like, that is the all-time bad beat in the history of playoff runs. I don't know if there's a team more cursed than Sacramento.
It's the highest pick. I mean, like you said, you're supposed to beat one of the greatest teams of all time. Kobe.
They had them.
They were beating. They were going to beat them. And there's no question about it. He was cheating. He's admitted to it. There's a whole documentary on Netflix about the man cheating.
Mm-hmm.
He played the game. He swayed the game for the Lakers for them to come back into the game. Like, Sacramento was supposed to win. And to just have this franchise where it's promising guy after promising guy and to just continue to be let down and let down. I mean, you did DeMarcus Cousins. He was supposed to be their promising player to take him into whatever it was supposed to be. Just nothing happened. Just could never get help. And then even in recent years, you get De'Aaron Fox. You moved to Tyrese Halliburton, a guy who went to the finals. You moved off him, and you have Sabonis, who just can't do it.
It's pretty bad.
If there's a separate team that I would take, it would probably be, I mean, it would just have to be between the Pelicans and the Hornets. You can just switch them out. I mean, you really can. I can't take the Pelicans team because that's the newer team. So I have to take the Hornets team because they go back. They go way further back. You have your Larry Johnson. You have your Alonzo Mourning. You have the opportunity, and it just never happened. And then as the years go on, okay, the greatest player of all time is going to buy our franchise. We're definitely going to get some winning going our way. You're the worst team ever. You're the worst team ever while that guy owns you.
Yep.
And you have never seen success since then. So if there's a secondary pick, I think it's your Hornets Bobcats franchise because they have never seen any sort of success.
That's not a bad choice. Okay, I'm curious. I saw Draymond Green. He was talking about Lauri Markkanen. Jazz fans, I know there's a few of you out there. We are going to talk about the Jazz. You've been waiting for this for a long time. He does not believe that they should be trading for Lauri Markkanen. Thinks he's a guy who's putting up a lot of numbers on a bad team, doesn't feel like it translates. I don't agree. I think I'm going to ask you the question, would you trade for Lauri Markkanen? Because I would. I would want Lauri Markkanen as my third option if I think I'm close to contending. I'm selling the future. I'm giving up some first-round picks. Maybe I've got a couple fringe role players I can move. I'm bringing Lauri in if I want to make a title run. I mean, the guy he's got height. He can shoot the 3 ball. He's versatile, can score at all 3 levels. He seems like a great fit culture-wise on any team.
This is the problem with Lauri is we don't have a good sample of him on a good team. You go back to his early career, his Cap days and the Bulls days. He has never really had the opportunity to shine on a team that was competing for a championship. It's always been bad teams, and he gets to grow into becoming a great player on the Jazz. At what cost? It's losing seasons every year. So I can see it from Draymond's perspective. A guy putting up great numbers on a bad team is, what does that mean to him? It means he's going to come in, and what kind of culture is that going to bring to their team?
Okay, I'll give you a comp. Kevin Love was putting up incredible numbers in the Timberwolves. They were terrible back then. He goes to Cleveland and was a quality piece to winning titles. I look at Chris Bosh as a third option when he went to Miami to also ended up playing with LeBron, where he was playing on Toronto teams. Now, they were not as bad as like the Minnesota Timberwolves. They were not as bad as the Jazz, but they weren't. Nobody really felt like they were.
Storylines there.
Nobody felt like they were contending. He was a crucial piece to the titles in Miami. I don't believe that Lauri is just a good player on a bad team. I think he is a quality piece that fits on a title contender. Absolutely.
My issue with him moving to a team like that is Steph Curry's not in his prime. Jimmy Butler's not in his prime. Draymond's not in his prime.
Mm-hmm.
If he goes to this team, I think what Draymond is saying is the type of role that he's going to have to take, it's not enough time for them to build into that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure. Okay, but if
you're put up 50 points a game,
what if you're Detroit? Is that a move that you would want to make if you're Detroit, or are you too afraid to mix it up?
I'm
looking across the board.
I'm afraid. Yeah.
Okay.
I think with
So you're out. You're out on making the trade. You're out.
Oh
on
yeah. If I'm a GM, it's too. It depends on what franchise I'm in, because for Lauri Markkanen, it's a big ask right now. The dude is going to give you 40 points on any given night, but it's on a bad team.
Mm.
And as a GM, it's, do I take the risk of moving this guy to my team, and is he going to put up? Is it going to be a good 17 a game? Is it going to be a bad 23 game? Like I said, we just don't have a sample size of him on a good team. And I think the best option is to watch the Jazz grow for another year or two, because he's been there for a few years now. They have young guys, but like, we just have not seen wins come out. It's just empty stats. It's hard to take a chance on a guy who's been there for a few years and has seen zero improvement.
I think you're wrong on this one. I really do. I think you're pretty wrong on this one, Lauri Markkanen. Yeah, I think you're pretty far off.
It's just empty stats, Ma. It is. It's beautiful to see a guy putting up 40 points per game. Overtime win. What's their record? 5-11. They're at the bottom of the West. He's not a guy who's competing for a championship. Keontae George is putting up over 20 points per game. Like, they have great young pieces, and I know they're super young, but it's tough to want to take a chance on a guy who's had the years of opportunity. And maybe it's, we need 2 more years of a sample size, because Lauri Markkanen's not getting old. He's not getting super old. Like, he's still got time. We can give him a few more years. I mean, he's right in that prime of a career. So it's just going to be who wants to take a chance on the guy. And if it's this year, for me, I say no. I don't think you can do it.
Mm. All right. I want to pose this to you. What is more surprising at this point in the season? The Suns being in the mix as a top 7 seed, or Milwaukee falling fast in the East?
With the Suns, it's so surprising, because for a few weeks I was like, okay, they're just playing bad teams. Like, they are, but they beat the Spurs both times they played them.
They beat Minnesota as well.
And they beat Minnesota. And these are teams that they're competing with that mid-tier range of the West. Devin Booker's playing incredible. Dylan Brooks is playing incredible. Like, Jalen Green's not even there. And that's a 20-point-per-game guy. Their young guys are playing well. It's surprising. But the Bucks, healthy Giannis with a Ryan Rollins is putting up 20 points per game, just coming out of nowhere. Kyle Kuzma's taking a defensive role. You don't need him to lean on your points. It seems like the perfect situation. You just got Miles Turner, a guy who's going to give you 3-point shooting, who's also going to give you defense. And Giannis just gets to operate as usual. Giannis is putting up his points. He's been doing it.
Sure.
But I think the Bucks is 100% the bigger surprise. I was expecting the Suns to be anywhere from 12 to 8 seed, and they're playing good. But the Bucks as the 11 seed, the Heat, the Pistons, the Hawks, the Magic, the Bulls, all of these teams are playing.
The Raptors are above them.
Yeah, I forgot about the Raptors. The only teams that I would have thought would have been better than the Bucks through this point,
the Knicks, the Cavs.
Knicks and Cavs, maybe. Like, I saw this season as a chance for Giannis to reestablish his dominance in the East. He's had his down years, injuries happen, but he can come into this season as a There was all this stuff with him not wanting to be in Milwaukee over the offseason, moving his family back to Greece. And it sucks he's dealing with the groin injury right now, but you got to be able to win games. Like you said, you got to be able to string together wins against bad teams, and they're not doing it. The Celtics are playing better than him. And I say him,
that's a wild one.
it's Giannis's team. Giannis is putting up his stats. It's empty stats. And it's bad for a guy like Giannis, especially his legacy, the 11 seed, empty stats. I'm going to need Giannis to lock it in. So this is definitely the bigger surprise for me.
All right. Okay, I want to introduce a new segment. It's called I Know Y'all Forgot About. I want to pick a player that you remember watching play that just stands out in your mind. Just a great callback. I've got mine. I know y'all forgot about Ben Gordon. Do you remember Ben Gordon? Chicago Bulls Ben Gordon, 20 points a game Ben Gordon, big shot maker Ben Gordon, contending against the Boston Celtics in the postseason, laying the foundation for Derrick Rose to come in there and ball out Ben Gordon. The backcourt of D Rose, Ben Gordon, Kirk Heinrich, that just was hard-nosed, in your face, quality defense. He had the mid-range. He had that kind of awkward-looking three-point shot that he would just drill from the top of the key. Ben Gordon was a dog. I'm talking 90% from the free throw line at his peak. Just a legitimate scorer of the basketball at the shooting guard position. A fantastic example of what the mid-2000s to the early 2010s type of player was. The type of guy I hated watching play when they would go up against the Cleveland Cavaliers. I was a huge LeBron fan. Ben Gordon, this was a guy, you didn't want to see him in 2K. You didn't want to see him. You didn't want to see your favorite team play against him on Sunday. Put some respect on Ben Gordon.
No, great pick. I mean, he's in that in-between range, especially in that like 2007 to 2010 time period of like, this guy was a role player, but watch out, he's going to give you 20 every game. Like he's going to get 20, and it's going to be the most uncomfortable 20 you've ever seen. He's going to be screaming and he's going to go over there and guard your best player too.
Oh
like,
yeah,
he's competing with the other side as well.
He was
and
a dog,
like you said,
man.
Those Chicago years with, you got a young Derrick Rose, you got a young Joakim Noah, like, Luol Deng. They're trying to figure out what the Chicago team really is. It's just a fun team.
And listen to this. He played 82 games, 80 games, 82 games, 72 games, 82 games, right? Like this guy was playing every single night.
The guy was playing. The guy was playing too. Oh, that's a great pick. For my pick I know you forgot about that guy. I'm going to have to go with Jonathan Simmons. I think of prime basketball for me is, 2016 to 2018, those prime years of the Warriors versus the Cavs. And a guy that just always comes to my mind is Jonathan Simmons. I think of the Spurs and how they were competing with the Warriors every single year. Kawhi Leonard just having incredible seasons. LaMarcus Aldridge is there. And who's their guy who's going out there getting on the ground? He's not averaging a crazy amount of points. He's going to be that dog. He's going to try and lock up Stephen Curry. He's going to play as hard as he can. It was Jonathan Simmons for me. This guy was just a grit and grind guy, and he got his contract year that next year. He went to Orlando, put up his points. He was out the league a couple years later. But when I think of a guy who just popped up randomly and just was just good and just a rememberable guy for an important season, I think of that 2016-2017 run from Jonathan Simmons.
What a great pick. I love this as a segment. I'd like to keep this one going, just that I know y'all forgot about. Great episode today, Roman. I appreciate you taking the time. We are recording this way too late in the night. You could even call it way too early in the morning, but the show must go on. To everybody that's listening, we appreciate you, seriously. It's been so fun to get back into it. We also appreciate all the love on social media that we've been getting. A lot of hate there too, but listen, that's just what comes when you give honest takes about basketball. We have to teach a few folks what this is all about. So appreciate everybody for tuning in this week for season 3, episode 5. Roman, send us off.
Season 3, episode 5. It was a good one. We're about 20 games into the NBA season. It's been great so far. We're going to continue to give you this great content. We're just going to keep it going. Whether you like our takes or not, we will be saying them. Like Moses said, we're going to keep it honest. We're on all your favorite platforms: Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. Follow our podcast. But let us know in the comment section, what do you want to hear from us? We are willing to talk about it, and we will talk about it. So just let us know. We appreciate all the love and support. Season 3, episode 5, Season 3, Alligator. Season 3, episode 5, Swishlist Podcast. We are out.